Hey, what is up, guys? CSGN here with a new series. I guess this is sort of my unofficial trying to do podcast. Not a podcast, but just a ramble session. Under 15. The goal of this is to be under 15 minutes. And yeah, so just that. We have some GT Sport gameplay here. If you wondered why I didn't upload last week, it's because I was playing a bunch of this. I was playing a lot of this game last week. It's a lot of fun. Some of the I grew up liking racing games a lot, and I feel like really this console generation, we just have gotten like a stagnant, like racing games have just gotten stagnant. You know, you have the Forza series, which I feel kind of like peaked with like Forza 6, Forza 5. And it's just sort of been progressively just sort of, I don't want to say getting worse, because like the games are bad. Like the Forza games aren't bad at all, like by any means. Those games are not bad. They're very good, very high quality. I enjoy the Forza Horizon series a lot too. Fun series. Just sort of feels like they've just sort of, a lot of these game series actually, not even just racing games. I think NBA 2K and them. Just a lot of games right now, genres, series have just sort of reached, I don't even want to say like diminishing returns, but you know, they're just not as good as they used to be. As I hit the wall right there, this was like sort of just, I guess, like practice, and or really more of like a qualifying lap, but yeah, not a good lap right there. That took a bunch of time off of it, and that wasn't too good. So I started in the back in this one. This was actually my first online race, and that's something I thought would get better this generation. You know, I feel like online racing on console has sort of just gone nowhere. It's just not really good at all, because like usually you get into an online race, especially Forza, it's just like a constant wreck fest, like just people sending it into the first turn and just ramming into everyone, slamming into everyone, just trying to wreck everyone. And this game, I guess like their whole idea of is like sportsmanship, and you have to watch like all these videos, just two, I want to say all, but you had to watch like these two videos before you started playing, and talking about sportsmanship. It's like, hey, if you missed your break, just put the car into the dirt and spin yourself out instead of spinning out your fellow racers. Like it actually says that, like, instead of spinning out or wrecking your fellow racers, just put the car in the dirt in the wall for yourself. So I thought that was pretty interesting to see. And, you know, I guess that makes a lot of sense. I believe this game has like a very competitive esports scene, actually. Which is like super cool, actually, but I'm definitely not good enough to do that at all. Little couple graphical glitches here and there, but warm up, I didn't get to warm up too much. It looks like other guys got to warm up more than I did coming in this one. I have no idea if this is just sort of like people who are more, I don't know, like these are people who have already played and things like that. So I don't know if I'm like matched up with people who have like the same experience as me or not. Like, I'm not sure. It doesn't really, like, I don't know what all those things on there say. I don't know any of that. So there's that. Either way, so we go into this race at Kyoto Driving Park. I believe this is in Japan, GR3, and this is pretty cool. So there's that. I just want to talk about like this game. I've really been enjoying it. It was on sale when I bought it. It might be on sale again. I don't know, but I would recommend picking up. I had a lot of fun with this game. Not even with the online component. Like, just with playing like the single player campaign challenges, they have like a whole bunch of those that you can do, all sorts of different car series and things like that. Just super cool stuff, a lot of fun. This game didn't get good reviews at launch, and I really don't know why it didn't, you know. I think it's a very enjoyable game, and yeah, just want to let you guys know about that. And for the XFL portion of this, I don't want to say podcast, because it's not exactly a podcast, it's just a video I'm uploading. It's not like this is going to be on Spotify or anything like that, but the XFL, I really enjoyed it. I was really surprised at how good the football was this opening weekend. Like, it was good football, I think, for the most part. From what I watched all the first game. I watched a little bit of that second game. I didn't watch much of the first game on Sunday. I believe I was watching some NASCAR, and I did watch like the second half of that second game, which I believe was the Renegades and the Battlehawks. So that was pretty. I think it was better than the AAF, and I also think it was better because I think the rules were a little more interesting than what the AAF was offering. The AAF just, I don't know, just didn't really grab you, didn't really do anything like that. Also, you really can't put teams in San Diego. I just think that's, I think that's just something that you can't do. So on Saturday, first up, we had the DC Defenders taking on the Seattle Dragons, and this was a pretty close game for the first half, and then in the third quarter, the Defenders put up 19 points on the Dragons, and they defeat the Dragons 31-19. And take a look at the box score, some of these stats too, and you know, take a look at the Defenders first. Cardell Jones, I thought he played really well, and I'm surprised he never got more of an opportunity in the NFL. You know, I feel like if Cardell Jones was coming out now, I think he would, but I think just a few years ago when he got drafted, teams were still sort of weird about drafting guys, or, you know, putting faith in guys that had only started for a year. I believe Cardell only started for that 1 year. And so Cardell Jones, 16 for 26, 235 yards and 2 touchdowns. Really nice game from him. He also had some pretty good rushing numbers too. 9 carries, 28 yards. Some really nice stuff from him. Defense played pretty well for the Defenders, I think, and the Dragons, Silvers, he did throw 3 touchdowns, but also 2 interceptions from him, and his offensive line was just sort of letting him down, I think. You know, they were able to generate, I think, some good pressure. They were Defenders had 1 sack, but I thought they were really hitting them often. Something I thought I noticed in that game. So you had that. It was a lot of fun, I think, the first game. And then we had game number 2, which were the Roughnecks and the Wildcats. Now the Roughnecks, it took a little while to get going. First quarter, they only scored 6. The Wildcats had a lead of 8. But then the Roughnecks, after that, they just got it going. They scored 12 in the second quarter, 11 in the third quarter, and then 8 in the fourth quarter to beat the Wildcats 37-17. You know, for the Roughnecks, their quarterback, Walker, 4 touchdowns to 1 interception, 23-39, 265 yards. He had a really good game. It looked like the rushing attack was going well for him. Their defense was able to generate pressure. Lewis had 2 sacks. I'm trying to click on these guys' names so I can get their first names, not just saying like Lewis and Nichols. But they had a player with 2 sacks. They had 2 players with 1 sack each, and then a half sack for 2 other guys. They were able to get turnovers. They had 2 interceptions. They were able to get a forced fumble. So, their defense was just on it. And if I'm correct, they are the favorites going forward to win the championship. So we'll see there. I think this league is really, similar to the NFL, but I think even more important here in the XFL, this is a league that's going to come down to who has the best quarterback play. And I think we've sort of seen in the first week, we'll see going forward, but I think Houston and Washington probably have the 2 best quarterbacks in Walker and Cardell Jones. And then the first game Sunday were the New York Guardians and the Tampa Bay Vipers. The Tampa Bay Vipers have the worst branding and some of the worst quarterback play. Aaron Murray, he was just not that good. 16 of 34, 222 yards, and 2 interceptions. Just nothing. They did get something going on the ground with Smith, 16 carries, 79 yards. But then you look at the Guardians, Matt McGloin, 15 of 29, 182 yards, 1 touchdown. A good enough game. He also had a rushing touchdown as well. And the Guardians, they were able to get after Murray. They were able to sack him a few times. So Guardians win that game 23-3. And then the last game was the Battlehawks and Renegades. And that game, the Battlehawks, they got some alright quarterback play from Tamau. I believe that's how you say that. He went 28 for 27, 183 yards, and 1 touchdown. Took a few bad sacks in that game, sort of late, when you can't take sacks. But apart from that, didn't turn the ball over, I think is the important thing for them. And the Renegades, just not good quarterback play whatsoever. And they lose that game. Just wasn't very good. The Renegades had that lead in the 4th quarter, and then the Battlehawks were able to score 9 and win it 15-9. So there's that. I think all in all, it was a pretty decent opening week for the XFL. People really seemed to like the games. I enjoyed the games. So yeah, there's that. This was the first episode of this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my second time recording the XFL bit because I messed up the first time. So there's that. And yeah, wanted to get this in under 15 minutes. The series is just going to be me, picking maybe 2 topics, then rambling on them for under 15 minutes. And just a way for me to get something up when I don't really feel like playing Madden or 2K. Just something extra to add to the channel for you guys. And I don't know, if you guys like this, leave a suggestion below for something you want to hear me talk about, a game you think I should check out, and things like that. So either way, well, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment. What did you think of the XFL opening weekend? Who's your team? Let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.